Hey everyone, today I'm here with Tim with Classic Auto Air's Original Air, and we're talking about upgrade kits. So Tim, tell me a little bit about the different upgrade kits and what I would normally get. So for example, a Stage 1 kit.
Our Stage 1 kit comes with the compressor mount, both of the hoses that connect to the compressor, and the filter dryer or equivalent.
Great, and a Stage 2 kit.
Stage 2 kit would get everything in the Stage 1 kit, plus the condenser and liquid lines.
All right, and then I'm guessing everything is in a Stage 3 kit.
Yes, you get everything that's in the Stage 2 kit, plus the evaporator and valves.
So Tim, tell me a little bit about these compressor upgrade kits. Why is this a performance upgrade?
The main reason is that it's going to draw significantly less horsepower, 2 to 4 horsepower as opposed to the 15 to 20 horsepower that the original compressors drew.
Great. I always like performance. So anything else about it?
Well, you can run them up high RPMs, about 6,000 RPMs, while the air conditioning's running, so you don't have to turn the air conditioning off while you're maxing out your RPMs.
Awesome. What about reliability?
There's next to nothing that's more reliable. The original compressors were plagued by shaft seal leaks, knocking, all the other problems associated with it. This is very nearly a bulletproof compressor.
So on these condenser upgrades, what are the benefits of the condenser that comes with this kit?
Well, most cars came with a tube and fin style condenser.
Okay.
They were great for the original R12 type systems, but almost nobody uses R12 anymore.
Right.
So what the new car manufacturers do is they go with a parallel flow condenser like this. They're all coming with the R12 or 134A, and this will actually make up the difference in these original cars that we're dealing with, the 25 to 40% of efficiency loss. This condenser alone will make up that difference.
Great. And do I need to modify or do anything for this to fit my car?
Nope, just bolt in and install it just like the original.
So on Stage 3 kits, that includes everything, a little bit more of an investment, but why should I consider investing in a Stage 3 performance kit?
Well, there's a number of reasons. The first is that you're going to basically solve the majority of the problems that you're running into a old air conditioning system that we're dealing with. Compressor failure, this is going to solve it. Potential valve problem, this is going to solve it.
Okay.
All of the normal things that are going to happen over the course of the years that these cars are out on the road, this will solve. It'll also eliminate every trace of contamination, and contamination by far is the #1 cause of any component failure in the air conditioning system.
So when you're saying contamination, that's like going from an R12 to an R134?
No, it means oil, traces of a past failed compressor, anything, because it's contaminations like fragments that are circulating through this system that get in the compressor and cause it to your valve reeds to get damaged, compressor to even lock up, and then once that compressor locks up, it starts to spread things out throughout the system. The dryer or the equivalent is designed to help filter out some of that, but it's not going to filter out all of it, and then your oil degrades. So for example, if you bought a compressor upgrade, a Stage 1 kit, you still need to make sure that anything you're reusing, the evaporator, the liquid line, the condenser, anything else that's in the system is clean and free of contaminations, or you will be replacing a compressor once again.
Okay.
Same thing, even the Stage 2 kit. The evaporator can still have contamination in it. So you get all this, you spend $800 or whatever the kit costs, and your air conditioning doesn't work. And we find out, well, that the evaporator wasn't flushed out properly, and now you have a seized compressor because the contamination from that compressor goes straight from the evaporator through the suction hose into the compressor.
Okay.
You have a failed or contaminated compressor that's not pumping or sucking properly, and you're calling us and saying, my compressor doesn't work.
Right.
And it's because you had contamination in the evaporator.
Okay, all right. So then, besides that is the time down, additional parts I'd have to buy, all these things that if I just
Absolutely.
spent initially and got the upgrade kit, the stage 3, because I felt like my system had been upgraded anyway, or I'm chasing a lot of issues, this could probably solve a majority of my issues, especially if I'm going R12 to 134, right?
It'll solve all of your conversion issues. And essentially, this is a conversion from R12 to 134A.
Okay.
Because there's nothing else in the system that will be affected by that.
Okay. All right.
But it will save you the time too. You're not going to have, bring your car to the mechanic who thinks that you have a bad suction valve, changes the valve, the system gets recharged and still not working, and then you find out, no, it's this valve, or the compressor wasn't functioning properly. Whatever the case may be, it's one fell swoop. You have basically everything that holds refrigerant in your system replaced, solving a good 90% of the problems,
Awesome.
if not all of them.
Well, if you have a classic car and it's got the factory AC system and you're looking for reliability and you're looking for dependability and maybe some performance gains, then it just kind of makes sense to consider looking at one of these upgrade kits.